higit 6 na dekada sa paglilingkod sa masang Pilipino. Sa Metro Manila, ito ang Dzxl 558 Radyo Trabaho, ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay. Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Dzxl 558 Radyo Trabaho Special Coverage.
Mga kasama, oras po natin alas 12:42 po ng magandang hapon. Diretso muna tayo dyan sa labas para mga kasama pakinggan ang virtual press conference ni Secretary Harry Roque. Hindi natin alam kung nasa Malacanang ba ngayon si Secretary. Alamin natin mula kay Dzxl Radyo Man 4 Angel Ronquillo. Jen, go ahead, Jen.
Mga dyan, Radyo Man Rod, balik nga sa new executive building sa Palasyo ng Malacanang itong si Presidential Spokesperson Secretary Harry Roque at kasama niya nga sa briefing itong si National Task Force Chief Implementor Secretary Carlito Galvez. Mga kasama, pakinggan natin ang nasabing press con.
Kakalipas lang nating press briefing.
Ang pangatlong tanong po niya, may update na po kaya when the IATF will allow the entry of foreign nationals?
Well, let me clarify. Nag-issue rin po si Commissioner Morente. The general rule is not allowed, but they must present, if there is a valid reason to enter, case-to-case basis po na desisyonan yan. At kinakailangan mag-apply ng entry visa sa ating konsulado abroad.
Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you, Yusek. Punta tayo kay Joseph Morong, please.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, first on the budget, can you illustrate how important is the 2021 budget, especially with reference to our COVID response? And do you agree with the statement of Senate President Soto that it is already delayed?
Well, kung maantala man, maybe it's a statement of fact, pero yun nga po jurisprudence says the Senate can continue its own deliberations on the budget kasi hindi naman po yan nakadepende sa pagtatapos ng budget sa House. In fact, ang sabi nga po dito sa decision neto, yung filing ng substitute bill sa Senate mismo, which can be completely different from the version in the House, is also constitutional. Kasi nga po, ibang perspective ng mga senador, mas malawakan ang kanilang perspektibo, hindi localized. No?
Okay.
So, sa akin po, I speak as a spokesperson and as a former professor of constitutional law, wala pong hadlang para ipagpatuloy ng Senado ang kanilang deliberations.
Sir, yun ang importance, and then just to follow up on that statement. So anong procedure? The Senate proceeds with its own deliberations and then kailan sila mag-meet ng Congress?
Well, kinakailangan po kasi matuloy lang yung mga deliberations sa komite. But admittedly po,
Okay.
ang gray area is whether or not they can have plenary without receipt of the House version, the third and final reading, approved third and final reading. Pero ngayon po, nagsisimula pa lang naman ang Senate deliberations sa committee level. And that is what can continue. At sa tingin ko naman,
Okay.
hindi naman magtatrabaho ang Senado for the entirety of the break. No? So they will work until October 14 and possibly they could have committee hearings also during the break kasi hindi naman po yan unprecedented. No? Pero ang importante lang is when they have done or they have concluded with the committee hearings, hindi sila makakaplenaryo nang walang bill approved on third and final reading na galing sa House of Representatives.
And that will come November 14, 15, 16, right?
Opo.
So delayed talaga.
Delayed po, pero again, maybe the practice is different in the Senate, but in the House po kasi, pag yan na-discuss na sa Senate, sa committee level, ayos na po yan. Kumbaga, yung plenary discussion, although it is the eventual decision of Congress, yung much of the discussion has been already commenced and concluded sa committee level.
So here's the first question. How can you illustrate the importance of the 2021 budget as far as yung COVID response is concerned? Because I was going through sa NEP ng DBM, and this includes, among other things, medical assistance to indigent patients. So assistance sa mga may hirap na mga magkaka-COVID, 17.3 billion that potentially can be affected by this delay. So from the Malacanang side, how important is this budget? And if we don't have this budget on time, what's going to happen? And would you agree, sir, that Speaker Cayetano is holding hostage this 2021 budget?
I do not want to comment on that, no, because the President does not want to interfere in internal matters. Pero gaya ng sinabi ko na po, napaka-importante nitong budget na ito kasi ito lang po yung budget na nagkaroon na tayo ng COVID. At built in the 4.5 trillion budget are specific responses. Gaya ng sinabi mo, no, medical assistance to indigents, pondo para sa mga bagong hospital, pondo sa pambili ng mga PPEs, at pondo pambili rin ng bakuna. No? Siyempre, may budget na dyan for bakuna. Although, hindi na natin inantay yan. No? Meron na tayong scheme na anytime it's available, pupondohan na yan ng DBP at saka ng Land Bank of the Philippines in the form of a loan, no? Para hindi tayo nakasalalay lang sa national budget. Pero it's a very important budget. It's the first budget na kinonsidera ang COVID. Bagamat meron na tayong Bayanihan 1 and Bayanihan 2, yung kabuuan ng ating stimulus package ay nandito po sa 2021 proposed national budget.
Sir, just one last question before, if I can go to Secretary Galvez. Sa'yo po muna. Sir, you've said that President Duterte will not interfere in the intramurals of the House of Representatives. But it is clearly, from your statements kanina, number one, it has delayed the budget. Number two, it will affect yung ating COVID response. I don't think Malacanang can stand idly and manood na lamang dun sa nangyayari sa House. Question ko, sir, will Malacanang just stand idly and watch the intramurals at the House of Representatives kahit pa may ganong repercussion?
Well, to the extent na sinabi ko naman po na kung kinakailangan magpatawag ng special session pagdating ng December 14, Malacanang will do it. No? Pero naniniwala po ang Malacanang talaga na ang issue of leadership is a purely internal affair of the House.
So the most special session lang. Sir, can I go to Secretary Galvez?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, yun pong report nung Octa Research, nag-rebrand na sila. Meron na yata silang kasamang UST, so hindi na sila UP Octa, Octa na lang. Yun pong attack rate, I think there are 11 cities or provinces that have an attack rate of higher than 1. Yun yung ayaw natin, sir, di ba? So what are we going to do about those areas? They said it's kailangan ng stricter measures. Paano po yung implementation on the ground, NTF?
Ang ginagawa natin doon is yung mga areas na nakita natin, focus areas na matataas ang kanilang transmission. At the same time, nakikita natin na maraming new cases. Pinupuntahan yun ng code teams natin na binubuo ng DOH, majority ng DOH, at saka ng ating mga IATF and NTF composite teams. Ang ginagawa po dito ay talaga nagbabara-barangay sila para magkaroon po ng tinatawag na active case finding o syndromic surveillance. At para makita po kung ano po ang trend at bakit saan nagmula yung tinatawag natin yung frequency ng virus. So ganun po ang ginagawa po natin. And then also nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag ng massive support na tinatawag nating expanded plan Kalinga, wherein ang ginagawa po natin, nakikita po natin kasi karamihan po sa mga LGUs po na yon, kinukulang po sila ng mga quarantine facility. So napoforce po sila ang tinatawag na more than 50% o 60% na naka-home quarantine. So ngayon, ginagawa po natin, tinutulungan po natin, lalo na ngayon sa area ng Batangas na mayroong 2,000 na mahigit ang naka-home quarantine. So pinupull out na po natin yung mga naka-home quarantine at mayroon na po tayo more than 600 na nailagay po sa mga hotels at saka sa mga quarantine facility. Ganun po ang ginagawa po natin. And then thirdly, ini-increase po natin yung testing capacity niya. So ang ginagawa po natin, for example, sa Batangas, noon dati meron lang siyang 200, ngayon ginagawa natin 1,500 a day. So that yung kanyang positivity bumaba. At the same time, mahuli natin yung mga tinatawag nating mga active, tinatawag nating close contact. So ganoon ang mga strategiya natin na talagang in-intensify po natin yung tinatawag nating active case finding para makita po natin yung magnitude ng contamination. And at the same time, we isolate immediately all the positive and increasing also the capacities of their hospitals. Nakikita rin po namin yung mga cities po na talagang umaangat ay mababa po yung kanilang mga ICU beds at saka yung mga isolation facilities. So ginagawa po ni Secretary Mark Villar ay nakakaroon po kami ng massive construction ng mga facilities na sa ngayon po 638 facilities po na more or less 24,000 beds ang ginagawa po natin.
But will you, sir, increase yung community quarantine nila? Ibig sabihin, kung sila ay nasa GCQ, yung po mga mataas yung attack rate, 11 yun. So would you put them in a higher community quarantine or localized lockdown?
Ang ginagawa po natin granular kasi
Granular.
yung malakihang ECQ is not sustainable. Nakita
Okay.
na presentation ng NEDA na napakalaki ng epekto pagka ginawa natin yung tinatawag na parang draconic lockdown. Nakita namin yan sa Taguig na kung yung BGC ang ating ni-lockdown, 16 to 19 billion ang mawawala sa 14 days. So ang ginawa po natin, ni-lockdown lang po natin yung construction site. So granular po ang answer po natin, granular at saka tinatawag po natin yung syndromic surveillance.
Right, Secretary Galvez, thank you, sir. Secretary Roque, thank you for your time.
Okay. Okay, pumunta tayo ulit kay Yusek Rocky.
May tanong, although nasagot na ito tungkol kay, natanong na ni Trish Narada, from Julie Aurelio, what is the palace's reaction to the UN Human Rights Council resolution calling for technical assistance and capacity building for domestic efforts on human rights and not an actual investigation on the Philippines?
Yes, nagpapasalamat po kami muli dahil ito po naman ang kailangan natin kung saan tayo nagkukulang, sabihin po nila kung saan tayo nagkukulang at tulungan nila na mapagana pa ng mas efficient yung ating sistema dito sa Pilipinas.
Second question ni Julie Aurelio, yung daw pong statement that senior citizens are not barred from going to malls and groceries to buy their basic needs. Is this still in line with the IATF policy of limiting the movement of senior citizens, minors, and those with comorbidities amid the pandemic?
Yes, ang general rule po, manatili sa bahay, maging homeliners, pero siyempre, kung wala naman makakabili ng kanilang essentials, pwede silang lumabas.
Okay, thank you, Secretary.
Mela Lasmores, please, of PTV4.
Okay, good afternoon, Secretary Roque. My question is about UNHRC pa rin po. Sabi ni Philippine Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Evan Garcia, UN human rights body signals U-turn to the Philippines kasi nga mula sa mga batikos noon ngayon ay kooperasyon. Do we agree with this? At masasabi po ba natin connected yung naging participation ni Pangulong Duterte sa UN General Assembly sa panibagong development na ito? At idagdag ko na lang din, Secretary Roque, ano pong reaction natin sa mga dismayadong human rights groups dahil sa naging desisyon na to at yung iba sinasabi, Philippines is not yet off the hook.
Unang-una, we agree wholeheartedly with the statement of Ambassador Garcia. We always welcome cooperation. Ayaw lang po ng Presidente yung pula ng pula, wala namang solusyon. No? At ito po ay nanggagaling pa doon sa kakilalang kalaban ng ating gobyerno. So we always welcome cooperation with the United Nations on a very important topic such as human rights. Pangalawa po, yung pangalawang tanong mo ay, dami mong tanong kasi may...
Opo, dun sa mga sir bumabatikos at sabi pa nga ni Bayan Secretary General Renato Reyes, Philippines not yet off the hook when it comes to human rights violations issues.
Well, para sa kanila po, sorry na lang po sila.
Opo. Sir, last question lang. Pwede po sa inyo o kay Secretary Galvez. Nabanggit niyo po, isa sa mga solusyon nakikita ng pamahalaan ay the reopening of the economy. May mga inaay po ba tayong particular businesses na maaari ng buksan pa o lakihan yung operational capacity at ano-ano po kaya ito, sir?
Yes, Secretary Galvez, question for you.
Sa ano po natin tinitingnan po ni Secretary Lopez kung ano po yung mga economy na nakabigay po sa atin ng magandang revenue at the same time labor intensive. Kasi importante po pagka ang isang business ay labor intensive ay magkakaroon po ng capacity yung mga kababayan po natin na makabili ng mga commodities that will circulate yung tinatawag money to the economy. So yun po ang ginagawa po natin na yung ating pong mga economic areas that will greatly affect yung ating economic gains at saka magkakaroon po ng tinatawag na impact sa employment and also sa ating yun po ang binubuksan po natin.
Okay, thank you so much, Secretary.
Pero bago po tayo magpatuloy, kanina po medyo na-distract ako at naabala ako. Kakapasok pa lang pong balita. Pulse Asia released its survey results conducted face-to-face, 1,200 respondents between September 14 and 2020. This is the performance ratings of the National Administration on selected issues regarding COVID-19. Pagdating po sa controlling the spread of the novel coronavirus that causes COVID-19, the Filipino people gave the Duterte administration a mark of 84%. Doon naman po sa providing assistance subsidy to those who lost their livelihood and jobs because of the spread of the novel corona that causes COVID-19, the Duterte administration was also given by the people a grade of 84%. 8 sa 10 tao po ang nagsabi na tama po at aprobado sila sa ginagawa ng IATF at ng gobyernong Duterte pagdating po sa COVID-19. Hindi po kasama dyan yung mga kritiko siyempre na gobyerno. At saka 8 sa 10 rin po ang nagsasabing aprobado nila na yung pagbibigay ng assistance at subsidy para po doon sa mga nawalan ng livelihood at jobs dahil po sa Corona-19. Pilipinas, maraming salamat po sa binigay ninyong tiwala na naman sa ating presidente.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. DCXL 558 Radyo Trabaho.